Hey guys, so here's this 52-inch Concord Decorama solar fan. Yep, I got it from Habitat. This is the third Concord Decorama I got from Habitat and restored it. Because I had two, about a year and a half ago. I had two Concord Decoramas in almond finish. And they had 4 lights like in polished brass. Yeah, and then they were all on a longer downrod too. So the first one wasn't as long as this one. It was about up to here. But the second one was longer, and it's longer than this fan too. And it's about up to here. So the second one I had to put a shorter downrod and demonstrate it. But I put the longer downrod back on. And put them at Habitat. And then I got a schoolhouse light kit for that fan. Because the Craft Made Decoratives had, well, one had no light, so I used one of the polished brass light kits. That fan says it matches more, and put a white schoolhouse light on it. So yeah, now I have this fan, the Concord Decorama, and it's in Rustic Brick finish. And it's a rarer finish to these. And that's why I got it, because this is a cool looking finish. Yeah. And it has a spotlight light kit, and it has a 3-way pole chain too. So yeah. Let's see. The hanger ball is not original. Well, it came with the original hanger ball. By the way, this fan did come with everything, but the only part that was missing was the Concord pole chain on the fan, and there was nothing on it. So I decided to add this one of pole chain to match the light chain. So about the hanger ball, I decided to put a different hanger ball because the down one has a screw right here and then the screw right here. So there's 2 screws on the down one, and the hanger ball, the original hanger ball, had a screw, but the new one didn't, because newer downrods, they don't make those kind of downrods anymore with these 2 kind of screws. And we put the new downrod on it that doesn't have a screw up there, the original hanger ball doesn't work. And you have to get another hanger ball to fit, so that's why I got another hanger ball. And this hanger ball is from Monticello Haven, out of a store that came with a longer downrod, and I flush mounted it. And then the hanger ball was silver before the finish was brushed nickel on it. And then I painted it black to match the original hanger ball, and it's a matte black finish. The original finish that this hanger ball came with was gloss black, but this hanger ball is now matte black. So yeah, the chains were really short, by the way. This light chain was about up to here, and then there was nothing on the fan. It was right here, no connector. So I longer the light chain to make it look nice, and then this fob was from another fan. It's from one of the Harbor Breeze Lakeside 2s that one of my teachers got me, and had to throw them all away because they were in horrible condition. And the blades were so warped and the fans were rusty. But it did come with 2 pull chains. One of them had 2 original pull chains, oak wooden, and one had the oak wooden chain on the light and this wooden ball pull chain on the fan. Walnut wooden ball. And since this pull chain was wood, let me repeat that. Since this pull chain is walnut and that it matches the light, I decided to add it to the fan to match the other chain. And then it was already longer like this, but the other chain was polished brass. It was dull brass, but not as dull as this. I replaced it to a bronze or antique brass finish chain to match the chain switches. But the original pull chain fob would be a Concord pull chain, an older style Concord, because it's an older style, like a 90s Concord fan. It's a 90s Concord fan. So the long chains and the hanger ball, that's not original. And then the last part that's not original is the sockets. So when I tested this fan the other day to see how it works, there were half of those sockets, 2 of the sockets didn't work anymore, and then 2 of the sockets still works. So that socket and that socket still work, but the other 2 didn't. They were out. And I thought it was the light change switch that caused it, but the light change switch seems to be working just right. And then when I went into the light, I saw that one of the wires was disconnected from the socket. And then when I took one of the sockets out, it was all burned in there on the top, and the wires were all bad in there. And all of the sockets had bad wires, and they were all burned in there, and a lot of them was disconnected too. So I had to get all new sockets for this fan. And now it works. I got new sockets, and it works perfect now. And then the wirings from the light kit to the switch housing were all bad as well. But it was different kind of bad because the wires were all twisted up in there. The people who installed this fan probably didn't pay attention to the wires, and that's because it was all twisted in there. And the wires were bad in there. Pretty much all of the wires in the light kit were all bad, so I had to get new wirings and new sockets. But the only part that stayed was the light change switch because it was still working well. But I do have a video of the light change switch, me testing the light change switch, and the pictures of the before and after of the sockets in the wirings. So here's that. Yep, so the parts that are not original to this fan is the light sockets, the wirings in the light, the longer chains, and the wooden ball pull chain on the fan, and then the hanger ball. So yeah, I'm about to go ahead and do a tour of this fan and demonstrate it. This fan's in Rustic Brick finish, which is a rare finish. That's why I got this fan, because of the finish I like. It has 5 dark washed pine blades, and they're non-reversible. It has a spotlight light kit. This fan didn't come with bulbs, so I got 4 new 60-watt soft-light LEDs from Habitat for this fan. And they all work, and it has a 3-way pull chain too. There's the Concord logo. It has the original walnut wooden pull chain on the light. It has the walnut ball pull chain on the fan from one of the Lakeside 2s. It came with a longer downrods, 24 inches. There's the top. I put a new screen on the top. There's the canopy. Oh yeah, here's the date of the light. Yep, this light kit's from December 1997. And then here's the information about this fan. And this fan's from 1998. So it's a late 90s Concord fan. The other Concord fans were from 1993. But other than that, this fan and the light works really well again. Well, the fan still works really well, but the light had problems. And when I got this fan, it came with this, well, it's upside down because I had to paint some things. It came with this Harbor Breeze Notice box and bronze finish. I've been getting a lot of notice lately, the boxes. And that's what they replaced this fan into. I think it's because all the wirings in the light kit were bad, and 2 of the lights worked, but the other 2 lights didn't work, and that's probably why they removed it. But other than that, I'm about to go ahead and demonstrate this fan. Here we go.